chatting his ex-girlfriend to tell him the issues that the two of you have, and you think when he gets married it's going to change? No, sister, he is not going to change, okay? What that means is that what you will not accept when you are rich, you start to refuse it when you are poor. But a boy, in short, it will blame you for even if you see him cheating like this, you see him with your two koro high, it will still look for something you said, something you did, and the rest of you always look for a way to turn the thing against you. You see, please, I beg you, in the name of God, in this 2021, if you're a woman who is ready to get married, I beg you, run away from let's see how it goes. I beg you in the name of God. If a person selling, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria Ayodele Fash. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. If you're a returning subscriber, you know I love you, you know I appreciate you. Thank you for always coming back, okay? All right, okay, so there's so much I want to talk about in this brief minutes before people say my intro is too long. Yeah, the first thing is that we are not done with the wedding night series. There's still one more video that I need to shoot, or that I still need to record, and that's on people who have been victims of rape and sexual assault and the rest of it, and the effect it can have in your sex life, in your marriage, okay? So I have a friend, a very close friend, a very good friend of mine who will be collaborating with me. She has been a victim of rape. She's now an advocate for women, you know, who have been raped and the rest of it, and she's also married, so she'll be talking to you guys about how to handle some of the effects that it could have, especially to your psychology or to your mental health when you get into marriage. So we'll be doing that video next week, okay? All right, and then the next thing I want to say is that there's a new video on the Truth and Tales podcast channel, so please go there and please subscribe to that channel and watch the new video, okay? And then what else do I want to say? Okay, and then the last thing is that I know I promised that we'll be starting a wedding bed series. I'll be doing that. We'll be starting that from today. I'll start shooting the video from today. But you know, the wedding bed series is for married people, about to be married people, or newly married people, okay? However, I realize that we have a lot of, you know, singles ready to mingle, pringle. You know, a lot of you in my channel or on my channel subscribe to my channel, okay? I've had a lot of questions from you guys in my DMs, in my emails, in the comment section and the rest of it. So, okay, one more thing. Me and my husband will be recording a video to address all of your questions. So if you have any other question regarding the wedding night series, please leave them in the comment section below. You can send me a DM on victoria.a.fash on Instagram, okay? victoria.a.fash. You can send me a DM on Instagram. I'll be addressing all of your questions. We are thinking of doing a live video. Let me know if you guys prefer a live video, and what time of the day do you prefer a live video. Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, yeah, so as I was saying, we are also going to be doing a dating series hand in hand, and that's what we are starting in this video, a dating series and a wedding bed series. Yes, so that everybody, equation will balance. Those that are looking, you need to make sure, because before you even start to, you know, talk about, oh, I want to enjoy, you know, my sexual life with my husband and the rest of it, or with my wife and the rest of it, it is very, very important that, you know, you even, you know, the first step is to marry a right person, is to marry the right person, is to marry the person that you guys can build that, you know, kind of intimacy that you are hoping to have, okay? And I have people in my DM, you know, not like I'm trying to be proud, but yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, so I've had people short. I literally just got a comment, you know, in one of my videos saying stuff like, oh, where do you guys get men like this and blah 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 and this and this and that. I see a lot of comment like that, and I thank you guys. I mean, for you guys appreciating my husband like that and the rest of it. But the truth is that men like that are not scarce, okay? The problem is that we keep attracting the ones that, you know, that fits, you know, what the world calls relationship goals, or husband goals, or, you know, fine boy goals and the rest of it. We keep chasing the wrong people, okay? That's why, you know, we end up in marriages and, you know, there's no balance. You're divorcing, you're fighting because your values and everything is just not aligning, you understand? So yes, it's not scarce to find men like that, okay? If I must say so myself. Sorry guys, but anyway, so I'll be in this dating series. I'll be giving you guys tips on what to look out for when you're looking for the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, and how you yourself can get yourself ready so that you can attract the kind of man that you want, okay? So that's what we'll be starting in this particular video. The next video is going to be the wedding night series, and then the next dating, and then wedding night. Yes, that's how we'll be doing it hand in hand, okay? All right, today we'll be talking about, is he a man or a boy? Yes. Man versus boy. Yeah, I think this topic is actually very important because, you know, many of you are actually dating boys and not men. Because he's above 18 does not make him a man. Because is earning money, okay, does not make him a man. Because he's able to afford to buy you Prada and Gucci and the rest of it does not make him a man. And because he's muscular and tall and has beards and looks like a man does not make him a man. There are certain things that makes a man, and you want to date or marry, especially you want to marry a man and not a boy, because trust me, yes, men develop from being boys, okay? But at certain age, when you get to certain times in your life, you need to leave the boyish, of course, there's a boy in every man, right? Occasionally wants to come out and play and the rest of it. Like trust me, there's a boy in every man that occasionally will come out and, be petty and be, all of that, okay? But a man needs to be at least 80% a man and 20% a boy, or 90% a man and 10% a boy. You need to have developed, okay? And you cannot marry a boy and say you're going to change him or make him a man. You cannot make anybody a man, okay? He needs to make that decision for himself to want to be a man, to want to grow up, okay? You can't force anyone to grow up. There are stages in life that requires a child to grow. But when it comes to growing mentally, when it comes to growing as to become a man, to become a responsible man, okay, it takes a personal decision to want to, do that, okay? So you cannot actually force anybody to grow up to be a man, okay? So we'll be talking about things you need to look out for you to know whether I'm dating a man or I'm dating a boy, okay? So this intro has been long and I apologize, okay? Please don't come for me, okay? So let's get into it. What are the signs that you're dating a boy or you're dating a man? Now, the first thing you need to know is that boys have dreams and men have vision. Yes, and I chose this to be the first thing because it is very, very important that whoever you choose to spend the rest of your life with is someone that has vision. Now, how do you identify a man that has a dream and a man that has a vision? A person or a man that has a dream is constantly talking about what could be. It's constantly, maybe he sees, something or someone that is doing well, okay, and he's saying that, if Nami get that kind of money, if Nami did that position, you understand? He's always saying if Nami. It's never, when I get to that position, when I do this or when I do that. When you dream, you don't attract a dream, or you don't build a dream. A dream comes to you, you understand? So he's always waiting for things to come to him. But a man with vision is strategic. Vision does not come to you. You craft your vision. You see your vision. Vision is, this is what I see in my future. This is where I'm going towards, okay? This is what I'm working towards. And how you will know the difference between a man that has a dream and a vision also is that, a man that has a dream always wishes for something. Some money I should just be walking out. Money, I should just see money on the floor. Or, I should just get this car. I should just do this. I should just. He's always talking about, things that should happen accidentally. He's always looking for something to just happen to him. People should just give him money. Something should just change drastically in his life. But he's not talking about what he wants to do to be able to get the things that he wants. A man with vision will tell you that this is not saying that, you don't marry a man with faith. There's a difference between faith and just being a daydreamer, okay? But that's another topic. Maybe we're talking about, we're doing a faith series. We'll talk about that. However, a man with a vision is very strategic. He knows what he wants. He knows where he wants to get to. He does not say, if something just gets to me. He's saying that when I get to this level, when I get to that level, this is what I want to do in my life. This is where I see myself being and the rest of it. And he's not just saying it. He has a plan. He has a plan on, what he wants to do or how he wants to get to where he wants to get to. So he's not a person that is just waiting for life to happen to him, just like dreams to come to you. But he's a person that has, a plan, or at least he has an idea of the kind of life that he wants for himself and for his family. So a man of vision will always tell you that, I don't want my children to attend public school. I want my children to attend Montessori. I want my wife to be able to, have a career of her own. I want to be able to retire at this age. Now, I'm not saying that every man already has those things planned out, okay? But you would know a man that is always wishing for things to happen to him, and a man who is always active in taking steps to change his life, okay? So a man who would want, I should just land that multi-million naira job and the rest of it. But a man with vision will tell you that, if I take this course, I'll be able to attract this kind of people and the rest of it. So that's how you define, or if this person, is a man is a boy or a man. Boys have dreams, men have vision, okay? Now, let's go deeper. The next thing is, the boy is always self-absorbed. It's always about him. It's always about what he wants. But a man is always family-oriented, okay? It's always about, what we want, what our future is like, what I want for us, what I want for our kids and the rest of it. So when you're dating a person and you know that the person's favorite pronoun is I, me, and the rest of it, you want to really start to be looking at it like, what is the problem here? Because a man man will mostly use words like we, you know, our future, you know, what we want to achieve and the rest of it. A man is always, and men are always futuristic, okay? They are always looking at, okay, this is what I want us to achieve, okay? Yes, we are living in a room and a parlor apartment right now, but in the next few years, I want us to be able to do this. I want us to be able to do that. I want you to be able to achieve this and all of that. But a boy will always look at me, okay? So whilst you are dating, okay, is he a person that will always take care of himself first, always think of himself first? Maybe you're telling me, oh, this plan that I want, and the only thing is thinking of how it's going to affect him, okay? You want to travel with your friends, or you want to go out with your friends, and all he's thinking of is how is it going to affect him. He's always thinking of himself first. It means that that boy has not graduated to become a man, okay? Because men are usually family oriented. They are usually, you know, us oriented, okay? They're always looking towards, oh, the future I want for myself, the future I want for my husband. A man gets to a certain age where he's no longer bothered about, you know, all this flimsy thing, the clothes he wants to buy, the shoe he wants to buy, and the rest of it. When a man is a man, okay, when he takes the salary, yes, it settles his bills and the rest of it, but he also looks for, you know, I'm not saying that if he's not buying you, you need to also look at his pocket, okay? Look what is earning. Don't you say, you have not bought me clothes today. And remember I said that, you know, buying you clothes, buying you shoes, and all of that does not make him a man. But he's always looking at your interest. He's always looking at your future interest, and the rest of it is saving for you to be able to have a future together. But a boy will always spend everything he has. He will always look at, oh, I want to buy this shoe, I want to buy this thing, I want to buy this thing that is trending, and all of that. He's always wanting, you know, he just wants to make himself happy. He wants to go out and club and everything without thinking of how it makes you feel. He does not consider your feeling. It's always about him. When you're dating someone like that, that person is still a boy. He still wants to enjoy life. And please, don't wait, especially if you have gotten to that age where you are not there to play. When you see a boy who is a boy, yeah, call him a boy, who is always constantly looking for his own satisfaction, does not care how it makes you feel, and the rest of it, always looking at things that would make him happy, and not necessarily what is good for the relationship, but what is good for you. A boy is usually, you know, himself oriented, self-absorbed, okay? But a man is always family oriented. It's always us oriented, okay? So you want to check that out. The next thing is a boy always blames and a man takes responsibilities. Yes, a boy will always blame you. It's always what you did wrong, what you said wrong, where you went wrong, what you did not say, what you couldn't do right, and the rest of it is always pointing out what is wrong with you. When the two of you have issues, and yes, I understand, two wrongs cannot make a right. You know, when there's an issue, so usually two people, you know, you have your part to play, I have my part to play, okay? But when he's constantly always talking about where you went wrong, what you didn't do wrong, what you didn't do right, what you didn't say right, and the rest of it, every time you have an issue, he does not accept his own responsibility. You need to know that, okay, something is not right. This guy has not grown up, okay? Because grown up men take responsibilities for their actions, okay? Yes, there might be occasional, oh, you did this to trigger me, and the rest of it. However, in most of the situation, he will always tell you, okay, this is where I went wrong, okay, and I accept my blame, okay? It even starts when you're asking him, okay, what happened? You know, one other way to catch him is to ask him, okay, what happened with your last relationship? If it's a person that's constantly talking about, oh, his ex was a B, his ex was, you know, BITCH. You know, his ex was this, his ex, it's always playing the blame game without talking about where he went wrong, what he did to contribute. Because the truth is, no woman is just crazy, okay? There must be something you have done or something you did not do, okay? Maybe it's not even enough for her to be able to act up, but at least you are saying, these are the things I did that she found irritating, these are the things I did that made her feel like it was okay for her to do this. Then you know that, okay, this is a person that he knows what he did, okay? He might not think he did anything wrong, but at least he's owning up to the things that he contributed to make the lady feel the way she feels. And you cannot decide to know if what he did is okay or not, and the rest of it. But at the bottom line is that he takes responsibilities. He's not always playing the blame game. But if every time any little thing goes wrong, he's always talking about what you did wrong, what you went wrong, and the rest of it, but never talks about what he did wrong, okay? And it doesn't even have to be between the two of you, even in his place of work, even with his friends. You know, when they have disagreement, when he has disagreement with his boss and the rest of it, how does he always present the situation? Does he talk about his own plan? Yes, I understand that, especially when it comes to the boss thing, we always want to make ourselves look good, but somehow in his relationship with other people, with his family members, is he always, they did that, and he never takes responsibility? That means you are still dating a boy. So everything I'm listing is just to tell you characteristics of boys and of men. You decide, you know, which one you are okay with, or which trait your husband or your boyfriend or your soon-to-be husband has that you're okay with, because the truth is, like I said, every man has a boy inside of him. That side come out every once in a while, okay? They have 10% of what I'm talking about, but you choose what exactly you are okay with or what you can live with, okay? Now, the next point I'm going to talk about is a man is not afraid to compromise. A boy always wants his way. It's almost like what I said initially. A boy is always after himself and what he does and what he wants and the rest of it, okay? He wants to go out, he wants to go out, he wants to go and party, he wants to go and party. He does not care if you know you are sick on that day or you just want you guys to spend time together. It's the kind of person that maybe he has a friend, a girlfriend, you know, that is bothering you, or that you don't like seeing him around because for reasons that, you know, it's obvious to you, okay? He's the kind of person that said that he cannot leave his friend because of you and the rest of it. But a man, even if, you know, he cannot leave his friend, you know, he will try to put some boundaries, try to put some space, try to consider your feelings first. You always, in short, that's another point. I think I'm jumping all the points together. But yes, always has to be about what he wants and the rest of it. A man is always willing to compromise. Always, it doesn't mean that it always goes your way, okay? But sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it comes his way, but he's not afraid to compromise with you. Let me give myself as an example, and I know I've spoken about this like 1,000 times. But I always say that, you know, when I was about to get married, and we started planning our wedding, not the one we eventually did. We started planning our wedding 1 year before we actually had our wedding. And I had to travel, okay? My husband naturally would have felt like, oh, you know, and my husband is the firstborn of his family. His younger brother is married and the rest of it. He might have felt like, oh, you know, let's get married first. You can go and do whatever you want. Or we started planning our wedding. What do you mean? You want to go and pursue a dream and the rest of it? But it was not even a question for him. It was more or less like, oh, yes, this is an opportunity that you've been waiting for a long time. You know, go and grab it. It doesn't mean that every time he's going to do like that. If today I say, okay, no, okay, now that I've come back, I want to go back to go and do my master's, you know, and expect him to compromise. So it doesn't mean that every time it's going to go your way, but in the places that matters, in the places that count, even sometimes in the places that it doesn't really count, he always looks for ways to make you guys happy. Sometimes it might not go your way. The two of you might find a compromise. You might find a balance in the middle, okay? But a person who is not even ready to discuss, is not even ready to talk about, you don't want him to go out, okay? You don't want him to do this, okay? You don't want him to buy this, okay? Or what, or you're asking what he's doing with his salary and the rest of it. He's not willing to make any compromise for your relationship. At least, even in the places that matter, he's not willing to make any compromise. You want to start thinking, that person is still a boy and he still needs to grow up, okay? Now, the next point is a boy likes to talk. A man takes action. Okay, now let me just be clear. Okay, yes, it doesn't mean that anybody that likes to talk and all of that. I mean, if you know me, you know that I'm sapiosexual. Like I'm attracted to intelligence. I love intelligent people around me. I love it when we have intelligent conversation. So it doesn't mean that because he talks a lot means that he's not honest or he's still a boy and the rest of it. But his talk should be backed up with actions. That's what I'm saying. But a person who is always talking, you know, he's always talking about what he would do, what he would do this, when he would do that, what he's going to buy for you, what he's going to do to you, and the rest of it. And when it comes to the place of action, he's nowhere to be found. You are still dating a boy, okay? A man is always action oriented. In short, most men do more than they talk, okay? It is we women that always ask men to express themselves. Tell me what you're thinking. I remember when we just started dating my husband. It was like he has this big plan, and when it's almost done, it's when that time that you know, he just did this thing, and then I'm like, why didn't you tell me in the whole process? You know, we had to grow in that aspect, okay? But most men naturally, they like to do, to show you, and boys like to talk. They just talk. Oh, I did this. Oh, the last time I went there. If you check everything, Lori is a lie, okay? So please, you need to check. A man who likes to talk more than he likes to act, like he likes to talk so much and he doesn't act, that person is still a boy. He's not grown up yet, okay? Now, another point that is closely related to it is that a boy is always trying to prove that he's more than he is, okay? And a man is in no competition with anybody, okay? A boy is always trying to prove something, trying to prove that he's more than he is, trying to prove that, you know, and it comes to the talking thing, it comes to the not acting thing, but always saying that he's more than this, more than that. You know, a boy will go and spend his whole salary, you know, in the beer parlor with his friends just to be able to prove that he's a big boy. A boy is going to buy the latest whatever it is that is trending on TikTok just to do a video and show to the world. A boy will always, you know, he's always constantly doing things to prove to people. He's always trying to prove to people, trying to prove that he's more than he actually is, okay? But a man, okay, is not competing with anybody, okay? A man is constantly trying to improve on himself to be able to become what he wants, okay? He's not competing with anybody. He's not trying to prove anything on social media or prove anything to anybody. He's not competing with anybody, okay? So if you have a person, a boyfriend, you know, that constantly have to do this just because he wants to prove that he's this, or he's always, you know, saying things that he's not on social media, lying, doing all sorts because he wants to, you know, maintain a certain kind of look to people. That boy has not grown up yet, because men don't have time to please anybody, okay? They are the people that they try to please are their wife, you know, God, their parents, and the rest of it. Not, you know, people that don't mean anything to them, okay? So yes, that man has a lot of growing up to do, okay? The next point is a boy will always manipulate you. In short, one very key characteristics of children is manipulation. Like, they will use tears, they will use, you know, blame, they will use a lot of things to be able to manipulate you to get what they want, okay? And that's one major characteristics of a boy. It will manipulate you to be able to get what he wants. It will use your emotion against you. It will use your fears against you. It will use your, it will lie to be able to get what he wants. It will use the things that you hold sacred to manipulate you, your religion to manipulate you, okay? A boy will always look for any way. He does not care how it affects you mentally. He does not care how it affects you spiritually. He will use anything to manipulate you to be able to get his way, okay? But with a man, you always feel secure. I mean, I remember one thing that when me and my husband was just dating, like when me and my friend are talking about him, and my friend would ask me, I remember a friend asked me when I was dating my husband, that, what exactly do you see in this man? And I told her, I said, I don't know, but I just feel safe with him. That is the kind of feeling you want to have with a man. Not a man who is constantly giving you high blood pressure, okay? Not the one who is constantly making you crazy, always making you, you know, because always making you crazy, always making you doubt yourself, always making you feel less than you are, always making you feel like you are not enough. Okay, making you feel like you need to have more boobs, more hips. You know, you are not fat enough, you are not thin enough, you are not smart enough, you are not educated enough, you are not good enough for him, you are not rich enough for him, you are not poor enough for him, and the rest of it. Any man that makes you feel like you are less than you are is still a boy. He's not grown up, and he does not deserve you, frankly. That there should not even be any compromise in it. Any man that manipulates you, manipulates your feelings, manipulates your emotions, manipulates your faith, manipulates your beliefs, your values, to be able to get what he wants from you, does not deserve you. In short, is a narcissist, and you should run away, okay? So please, when you date a person, there should be some emotional security. When I say I feel secure when I was dating my husband, it wasn't because he was carrying a gun around me and, you know, showing himself. No, it's just that feeling like I am at peace, okay? A man will always make sure that his woman is at peace. The moment you have anything that is bothering you about him and you raise it up to him, he's always constantly looking for ways to assure you that there is nothing there, that there is nothing for you to be afraid of, and the rest of it, and show you proof, or, you know, just make sure that your mind is at peace. But a boy, in short, it will blame you for even if you see him cheating like this, you see him with your two koro high, it will still look for something you said, something you did, and the rest of it. Always look for a way to turn the thing against you. Is a manipulator. Please run away from that kind of a person. There's no compromise in this particular point, okay? All right, the next point is a boy is always afraid of commitment, okay? He's always saying, let's see. You see, please, I beg you, in the name of God, in this 2021, if you're a woman who is ready to get married, I beg you, run away from, let's see how it goes. I beg you in the name of God. If a person is telling, oh, let's see how it goes, oh, it's not defining what you guys are. It's just saying, oh, let's just see how it goes. Let's just keep on doing this. We'll see how it goes. I beg you, run away from let's see how it goes, because it's only boys, people who have not grown up, people who are not ready to settle down yet, people who are not ready to be in a committed relationship, that always says let's see how it goes, okay? They are not ready, or maybe, and worse, it's not that they are not ready, they are just not sure it is you, and you don't want to waste your time with somebody who is not sure if he wants to spend the rest of his life with you, because that's the person that you've been in a relationship with 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, and he's still not sure. And then after you guys break up, 1 month later, you hear that he's getting married to somebody else that he just met, okay? A man always knows what he wants. He knows what he wants when he sees you. I used to tell you guys, like, when my husband met me, he told me from the onset, like, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want, okay? It does not mean that, you know, I could not have done something that makes it, okay, this is not who I thought you were, and, you know, but he knew what he wanted. He searched me very well. We were friends. He looked at, okay, I see what I want in my future. And he defined our relationship and told me, this is where I want us to get to. This is what I want in our lives. I want us to get married and the rest of it. However, a boy will say, let's see how it goes, let's still play around. You ask him, okay, so where is this relationship going? We ask you, when did you become road safety? that you asking for direction. You understand? He's not ready to commit, okay? He's not ready, and worse, he's not even ready to commit to you, okay? So the two of you are dating, but you know for a fact that this man is still sleeping around. He still has his ex-girlfriend on speed dial. He still does this. His way is not pure. You cannot trace where he is at certain times. When me and my husband were dating, like, I'm sure there were a few times like that, but hardly can you ask me where my husband is at this moment that I don't know. You understand? There was always that accountability because of what? There was commitment. He knew that this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And the same thing to him. You can hardly ask him where I am or who I am with, and he won't tell you who I'm with. You understand? Because there's always that communication, that openness, that's, there's commitment. We know this is what we want, so we work towards it. Okay. I said it in when we met video that there are times that we have issues and I'm like, I beg, please, I'm done. My mom said we are not done anywhere. When we got into this, I told you that we are getting into this for marriage. So when any issue happens, we sit down, we settle it. Okay. It is never I'm done. Okay. Of course, there are situations that there's no domestic violence, and we already. Oh God, I feel like I'm deviating. But we already spoke about our no going back area, like domestic violence, and the rest of it. We spoke about certain things. I would say, okay, if this thing happens, I'm a gunner, but maybe petty things happen, like he didn't call me or something, like, please, I'm done, and all of that. My husband told me that you're joking. You're not going anywhere, you understand? Because he was really committed. And that's what you see in a committed man. When there's an issue, he's not looking for, I beg, man, go look for the next person. No, he's not looking to go to his ex-girlfriend to go and cry in her arms. He's not looking to go to, a prostitute to go and, let out or let it out. No, he sits you down, you talk about it, you guys cry together, you yell at yourself together, see. Yes, that's all relationship is. Commitment is. You come together, you shout, you hurt yourself, you cry, you hold hands together, you settle, you laugh again, you fight again. That's what relationship is. It's not that any little issue is saying that I beg, is going to go and you don't know where he go. You guys have an argument and he just goes out. You don't know where he went to or anything. You understand? No, that's not what commitment is. Commitment is we are here for better or worse. Okay? Yeah. And it should start from dating, because if he cannot make that commitment in dating, he's not going to make it in marriage. Don't be saying that, it's because we are not married yet. Then when you guys fight, he just walks out and he goes to his ex-girlfriend to go and cry in her arms, or he's chatting his ex-girlfriend to tell him the issues that the two of you have, and you think when he gets married he's going to change? No, sister, he is not going to change. Okay? What that means is that what you will not accept when you are rich, you start to refuse it when you are poor. Okay? All right, the next point is, a boy is always 20 steps ahead of you. A man always walks beside you. Yes. A man always looks for ways to make you grow, make you become, he's not always looking for, he's going to grow and expand himself, but he's leaving you behind. No, a man that truly loves you, a man that is a man, knows that it takes two to make a marriage work, okay? When he's looking for things he's looking to further his masters and stuff, he's advising you, okay, I've seen this job, I've seen this thing here, you need to also apply to this. He's always looking for ways for the two of you to grow. Yes, one person would most likely be ahead of one person at certain seasons of your life, but the gap will not be so far. It's still holding your hands. It's still, the gap between the two of you is still, it's still in a way that he's still able to hold your hands and, lead you, or the two of you walk hand in hand. But a boy is always 20 steps ahead of you. Before you know Jack Robinson, he's saying, he just got this contract, he's going to Port Harcourt tomorrow, and you're like, and the two of us are in Enugu. Like, you understand? He's always looking for things to do for himself, expand himself, but he's never thinking of, taking you along or carrying you along or helping you to grow, or, he's always wanting to be up there and you being down here. He does not want you to, come near him or be close to him, either career-wise, either financially or whatever. He's always looking for him to expand and you to remain low, okay? That is not the kind of man you want in your life. You want a man that inspires you. You want a man, okay, that always wants you to grow, that sees the potential in you and always encourages you and supports you, okay? And when I say support, it does not mean that he's always constantly there doing things for you. No, okay? For instance, if I'm a YouTuber, okay, people always say, oh, your husband, I love the way your husband supports you and the rest of it, and I love it too, okay? But it doesn't mean that people that their husband does not do YouTube with them is not supporting them. The fact that he does, it gives them the avenue or allows them to be able to do it. And when I say allow, does not mean gives them permission or whatever, but when you are doing your YouTube, he's taking care of the kids, he's cleaning the house, he's doing this, he's doing that. That is his own way of supporting you, okay? So yes, you want to marry someone that is always looking for things to support you, okay? Looking for how to inspire you to be better than you are. That is a man. A boy does not want that. A boy always wants him to be on the top and you to be following him, you know, way behind. That is not the kind of person you want in your life. So if you are dating a person, if you're dating a person that is telling you not to pursue your masters, or saying that what do you need that for? What do you need to go for that job for? Or that is constantly wanting to dominate you, please, I beg you, run for your life, okay? The next and the final thing I will say is that a man puts you first before everyone. He puts you first before everyone. A boy puts everyone first before you, okay? He will put his friends first before you. He will put his exes first before you. He will put everybody first before you. But a man that sees a future with you, that sees that this is the person I want to marry, will always consider your feelings before anyone else, okay? After God is the two of you, okay? That is when you know that this man is actually committed to me. This man actually sees a future with us together. But a man who, you know, you come to his house, he's talking to his friends, you know, he does not care. You enter, you'll be doing the kitchen and doing everything, but he's just gisting and everything. He does not come to assist you. He does not, I'm not saying that if he doesn't assist you in the kitchen, he's not a good man, okay? It's not every man that does that. Not every man likes being in the kitchen and everything, but he looks for ways to support you. He looks for ways to assist you, even whilst you are dating, okay? So a man, he always puts you first. He puts your feeling first. If you tell him, I don't like this person, I don't like this friends you're hanging out with, okay, I'm not going to hang out with them as much, but there's always a compromise, okay? So, you know, we are still, all the points you can see are intertwined, okay? Okay, a man that will choose you regardless of what anybody is saying, because he knows what he wants and he sees what he wants in you, okay? Yeah. So of course you don't take advantage of it, but anyways, yes, that's what we're talking about, you know. Whether you're dating a girl or a woman, we'll be talking about that in the next video. But yes, if this video has been helpful to you, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you have any other, you know, signs of him being a boy or him being, you know, a man. Let me know in the comment section. If there's anything I say you don't agree with, let me also know in the comment section below. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section, okay? Remember to go to the Truth Until podcast. We have a new video there. It will really be helpful to you guys. Yeah, so also remember to leave your questions, send your DM with your questions. Me and my husband will be doing a video to answer the questions you have on the wedding night series. The next video we'll be doing is the wedding bed series, and it will be really interesting. We'll be talking about the things women want in the other room, okay? So yes. And also our class will also be happening in October. The fee for the class is going to be 5,000 naira. I'm going to be sharing more details about it as we move closer. The people that finished this class, you see the feedback, like it has been amazing. They were really happy and all of that. But yes, yeah, anyway, let's end this video because it's becoming long and I don't want you to come for me in my comment section. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you so much for sticking around. My name is Victoria Ayodele Fash, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.